video was posted on YouTube in July 2025 by a woman named Rianne. It was recorded by a security camera inside her home. Rianne says her young daughter loves styling hair, so she keeps a styling mannequin head in downstairs. On this day, while Rianne was sitting in the living room watching TV, something terrifying and completely unexpected happened.
They sell it all independent as something quite natural. Everything makes sense. And you're going up what they call the bridge. You're doing this outing, and this is good. And the next one, well, it's not quite as good. It didn't quite make sense to you, but you've already paid for the next one, so you do that one.
The bridge, it's a metaphor. Your spirituality, your relationship to others. The person is supposed to become more able as they go up the bridge. And then there are the bridge heroes operating faith and faithfulness and spiritual being. That's the soul.
The head of the styling mannequin moved strangely. At first, no one noticed it. But when it moved a second time, both the woman and her daughter saw it clearly. Her daughter, terrified, ran straight toward her in terror.
Here's clip 2. My little girl jumped off the couch, ran over to me. I'm frantically telling my husband, oh my God, she just looked at me. My daughter's covering her mouth. I'm like, oh my God. He's looking behind, there's nothing there. I'm covering my face like, oh my God, I cannot believe this happened. And now I'm gesturing at the living room camera, saying, get your phone. You've got to look at this. You've got to look at that footage.
Rianne says they checked behind the couch to see if there was anything that could explain the strange movement of the mannequin. But they found nothing at all. So what do you think really caused the
man? He couldn't leave his room because someone was standing at his door.
Okay. They're not going to let me go past it. They're not going to let me go past it. Somebody's there.
We're right here.
I'm telling you, somebody's at the door and they're not going to let me go past it.
I understand. They wearing? What are they wearing?
They're wearing blue.
Good,
someone's
good.
there and they're not going to let me go past it. Someone's at the door.
I need you to sit up, okay? Can you do that?
You got it.
Listen, there's no need to apologize. Whatever makes you comfortable, okay?
Thank you.
We're here for you. Okay? All right? Is that okay? That it? Is that it? Are you okay?
Okay.
While claiming to see someone standing at his door, a clock falls without warning. Now, the possibility of this being a coincidence isn't entirely ruled out, but when you consider the fact that the clock was securely mounted on the wall, well, things get very strange. Now, aside from the clock falling, there's something else in this video that was recorded, and it has to do with this doorway. 23-year-old Cass, the man undergoing psychosis, is a diagnosed schizophrenic who in a short video says this.
Schizophrenia, I'm not crazy, we're not crazy. People that have schizophrenia are normal people. My most common hallucination is seeing a shadow figure in doorways, like in any doorway. So think of any doorway in your house. My therapist and I do something called visualization dismissal. So I open and close the door repeatedly, and that kind of like scrubs away the shadow figure.
Although he wasn't seeing a shadow figure this time, he was seeing a man. And this man just so happens to be the same thing that his girlfriend saw 2 years ago in their old home. Keep in mind that Cass's girlfriend doesn't have schizophrenia or any condition that causes her to see things that aren't there.
Hey, what's wrong? What? What? There's nothing in there. What?
Her description of what she saw was eerily similar to Cass's depiction of the man. Now, because of this angle, we can't see what it is that she saw, but thankfully, there's another camera in this house that might have recorded evidence of the so-called man. Over on Cass's channel, you'll find many videos where he documents his schizophrenic episodes. Thanks to his GoPro, he can easily record moments of extreme psychosis by simply pressing a button.
What I do is, if the hallucination's like really strong and I am not even like making sense out of reality, I use this. And basically I point it at the door frame or whatever I'm seeing and look at the screen. And if what I'm seeing in the door frame isn't on the GoPro screen, it's not real. Helps me calm down. I'm doing really bad right now.
However, there's one video on his channel that's completely different from the rest. While talking to an hallucination, he captures this.
You always say the same thing. No. Quit it. Stop bringing that up. Stop saying that. You always wait till now to say that. Whoa. Alexa, light on.
Cass couldn't tell if what he was seeing was real, so naturally, he walks over to the other curtains to do his usual technique and tries to get rid of this so-called delusion. Apparently, he wasn't just seeing the curtain moving, but a figure standing behind it. In a panic frenzy, he opens and closes the drape as an attempt to scrub away the figure, but while doing so, the curtain moves again. This was strange considering that he was no longer seeing someone behind it, yet somehow, despite doing his usual technique, something was still happening. But as if that wasn't creepy enough, the whole drape begins to lift upwards. It appears to go up entirely before dropping to the ground. If seeing things in doorways didn't already freak him out, then surely this has. Now to this day, watching this video freaks him out. Seeing this scares him because what he thought was just an hallucination was actually real. This, as a result, makes it harder for him to trust his own perception. It's for this reason that he rarely talks about this incident, but after recording what recently happened, he couldn't help but think of this. So then, might there be some connection between this occurrence and the one from many years ago? Cass believes so. But of course, like all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. For now, this one remains a mystery.
A woman named Kelly from North Carolina says her brother Rick has been experiencing terrifying events inside his house for the past 2 years.
So my brother has poltergeist. Everywhere he's gone, we've now come to find out it's not attached to the house, it's attached to him.
No, attached to something I have.
Or something he has. That's fine, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're lucky I'm in the car with him. He lives alone and has started to get poltergeists. And the mediums that he had come in said it's because he has something in his possession that's haunted, but he has no idea what it is and he can't find it.
The story began this night when a security camera inside Rick's home captured something horrifying. Some so-called, quote, ghostly orbs appeared moving around, which some believed were just dust. But then, the door suddenly moved on its own. Even more terrifying was the appearance of a dark, transparent figure moving in the living room. When the video was posted online, some viewers claimed they could hear a strange sound in the background.
The comment section is insane and made this video so much more freaky. Right when the first orb comes, whether it's dust or not, it doesn't matter. There is a groan. My brother is sleeping. This is very late at night, so enjoy and listen for the groan.
Day after day, the activity became more intense and more terrifying. One day, while Rick was home alone, he heard loud noises and assumed his cat, Felix, was responsible. He picked up his phone and started recording.
Felix. Felix.
Suddenly, the door slammed shut violently, but just before that, a black shadow appeared, moving behind the door. Some speculated it was just a person, but what made it strange was that the shadow had no legs and appeared to be floating, suggesting it wasn't human.
Felix.
A few weeks later, while Rick was home alone working on his computer, something truly terrifying happened. A strange, dark shadow suddenly appeared, moving down the hallway. Moments later, the door slammed shut on its own. Kelly says that her brother still lives in constant fear inside his home, with no idea why these events are happening or how to escape this horrifying nightmare. So, what do you think?
December 21st, 2025, car enthusiast Tad Gavin was driving down an empty access road in a business park that had closed for the night. He was looking for a spot somewhere in this vast, empty office park for the purpose of taking videos of his car and posting them on his page. No one is ever around this area past operating hours, which can seem a bit creepy, but here, he can rev his engine as loud as he wants without being berated by a neighbor.
You're gonna wake up with the police standing over you.
Gotcha.
Neighbors would often approach Gavin just to scold him, but even after driving elsewhere to avoid problems, he continues to be approached, just not by a neighbor, but by something else.
What the freak? What the freak was that? Oh my God!
According to Gavin, he was driving inside a business park located in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is close to where he lives, when he caught sight of a tall figure heading towards his vehicle. The following is his footage from both his dash cam and interior cam. Take a look.
freak! What the freak was that? Oh my god! What the...
Now, it's not just the sudden appearance of a dark figure that's strange on its own, but the details of this incident too, most of which don't make any sense. For one, why would there be anyone out here at night dressed in all black? If their intention was to stay hidden, then sure, that would make sense. But if hiding was the goal, then why even approach the vehicle and reveal itself? What's weirder is that they didn't seem to run towards the car or try to grab the door handle, which throws out the idea of this being an ambush or kidnapping attempt. The figure just seemingly passes by with no reaction whatsoever to Gavin's speeding Corvette. He still doesn't know who or even what that was, but one can safely assume that coming back here to find out isn't something he plans to do anytime soon, especially at night.
The following terrifying video was captured by a security camera inside a clothing store. The owner of the footage is a man named Don, who works as a security guard at this store. On that day, while he was watching the security camera monitors, he became suspicious of a man who seemed to be planning to steal clothes. So, he took out his phone and started recording the screen. For your information, this video dates back to 2014, yet it still frightens Don to this day. Now, let's watch the footage.
Look right here. Right here. Look. Look, watch. What is that? What is that? And it's just gone, bro. It's there, and now it's not, bro. What is that? Bruh. What is that? What is that? And then it's just gone. Bruh. What is that? One more time. Bruh, what is that? What is that?
Something strange appeared near the man's foot, then suddenly disappeared. Some people might say it was just a shopping bag, but if that's the case, how could it appear and vanish so quickly like that? Many viewers said that when the image is zoomed in, the object looks like a small creature with a terrifying face.
It's there, and now it's not. It's there, and now it's not, bro. What is that?
Until now, Don has not found any explanation for what appeared in the video. So, what do you think was captured in this mysterious footage? Activated camera in his living room, which only starts recording when someone passes in front of it. But on that day, while the man was at work, he received a notification from the camera detecting movement inside the house. The camera started recording, even though there was no one there. A few minutes later, the dog appeared and began behaving strangely. But what happened next was truly terrifying. Let's watch the footage. very difficult to notice at first, but when the footage is enhanced, you can clearly see the collar around the dog's neck being forcefully pulled by an invisible entity. The man says that the collar was tightly secured and couldn't possibly fall off on its own. It can't be easily removed by hand unless the collar is manually opened. The man claims that after this incident, his dog began to get sick frequently in a strange way. He believes the house has become haunted by a hidden entity trying to scare the dog. So, what do you think?